What's going on, everybody? This is Fritz, and this is a really cool tutorial. This is how to change the color of the plus 500 or 600 or whatever. As you can see right here, we have it in spacey. A really cool thing, and it just affects this plus 600, and it's all like preset. It's really cool. Not preset, but you don't have to like keyframe anything. And there's lots of things you can do with it, like this happen to be space. You can make it just like a solid different color. If you look here, I made a couple examples. Here's one where it's blue. This kind of makes it like multicolored, but I really like when you put like a picture behind it. It's really neat. So let's just jump right into it. We're gonna delete this and this, and we're just gonna work with our clip. So we're gonna get rid of all this stuff, all this example stuff we don't need. Oh shoot, we need that. Okay, so here we go. We got our clip here, just a plain old clip. We're going to make it into the composition here, and what we're going to do is rename this one main comp. So this will be our main composition where everything else is, and because we don't want to do all of it, you'll see there's layers involved. We don't want to do it all in our main comp with all the other clips. We're going to make a new one. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click on the clip itself and go to pre-compose and just click OK. And double click on that. So what we just did is, here's our main comp. Where imagine there being like 50 other clips here, and if you just double click here, it brings you to this thing where we're going to do all the work, and I'll show you why I did that in a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a very important frame, and this is where the plus 600 in this case is the biggest, so that would be right here. Perfect. Okay, so what we do is, first thing, we're going to click on the layer, hit the pen tool, and we're just going to mask an area around the plus 600. So just like that. And now what we're going to do is duplicate the layer. So we're going to hit Control C and then Control V, and it duplicates. We're going to open the top layer by clicking this triangle, open up mask, and we're going to click on inverted. And what I like to do is I like to click up here, and I'm going to go to these points and drag them in a little bit, so that way there's no like border, like if otherwise there'd be like a little like red or whatever your background is kind of surrounding it. So make sure you do that. Just kind of shrink the inverted layer a little bit. And yeah, so now we're going to go to the bottom layer, which would be right here where the plus 600 is, and we're going to look up color key. So depending on where you're from, I know color spelled differently, so I'm going to do it whatever way this is, and I'm going to click on it, drag it on the bottom clip, and you can see here we've got this effect that's pretty neat. What we're going to do is, however, we're going to click on this little turkey baster thing, I don't know what to call it, and we're going to go zoom in on the plus 600. So we'll just right about there is good, and just make sure we got it. So the whole thing's pretty much gone. There's a little outline, but we can make do with it. So there you go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a solid. So we're going to right click down here, hit new, hit solid, and we're going to make it whatever color you want. We can change that later and put it on the bottom, and boom, there you go. It's already looking kind of neat. So what you can do is mess with these settings just a little bit. So I'm going to drag this up, which is the matching tolerance. I'm going to drag it up a little bit so that way we don't see as much yellow, and there we go. So now let's say we want to we're going to work off the solid now. I'm going to show you the two things I did, and that is like the gradient and the change color. So first thing we're going to do is look up fill. And this is a really neat one. All you do is you put it on the effect and you can change it. So there you go. You can see whatever color you want, whatever floats your boat. You can do it that way. Another effect you can do is just look up gradient, and you'll see a 4-color gradient. Just drop that on there, and then you'll see you have these like little dots everywhere. Just drag them near the plus 600. So see how I'm doing it, like not on it but near it. It adds a really cool effect to it. So that kind of makes it a little bit rainbowy, I guess. And you can see if you did it right, it should be perfect. And for the picture, all I did was I went on Google, I looked up some sort of picture, and I'm going to drag it down here, put it on top of the solid object if you want. You don't even need the solid object, but I have it on for some reason. And we're just going to drag it up so it surrounds the plus 600. We're just going to mess with these a little bit, make it a little bit bigger. There we go, and that's it. That's for the picture. I like to delete it, so we're going to get rid of the first half of this picture here because we don't need to see it. So we're going to hit Alt and then the beginning square bracket, or you can just hit Control Shift and D and then delete it physically. And yeah, so we don't even need this red solid if we're doing a picture. And then there we go. So you can see here, he's up here, he's spinning. Boom, we have an outer spacey cool looking plus 600. And then as soon as it goes away, which right there, we're going to get rid of it, and you can fade it out, which is actually what I recommend doing in case there's other things. As you can see here, it's kind of affecting that a little bit. So we're just going to keyframe this to 0, go to where it's at, right about there, and bring it to 100. So that way it fades out and you can't even tell it was there. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Really cool. Credit goes to Toontage. He kind of showed me how to do this. Thanks for showing me. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Peace.